Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Riley, and in this video I'm going to talk about a new bike that I got, and I'm going to start doing some riding videos where I will be not only riding on streets but also off-road on trails, and I will be recording it with my action camera. Anyways, welcome to the video, welcome to my channel, and let's go ahead and get started with this. Now this is a 2007 KLR 650, Kawasaki KLR 650. This bike currently only has 11,652 miles, which for the year is not very bad. Now for those that are new to motorcycles in general, the KLR 650 is a mix between an adventure bike and an enduro. It's not as big as an adventure bike, but it's not as small as an enduro. It's kind of a mix between the two. It's basically an oversized dirt bike that is good for riding on the freeway and is a lot heavier. For a point of reference, this bike weighs around 415 pounds when it's fully loaded with gasoline and oil and everything. A dirt bike, on the other hand, my YZ250 that I had, was a lot lighter, probably half the weight, sitting at around 200 pounds for that YZ250. So as you can see, this bike is literally, twice the weight as a normal dirt bike. But again, it's meant for freeway usage and riding on roads, not just, motocross. Well, actually, I wouldn't even take this to a motocross track because unless you're really confident with it, which I'm not yet, but this is definitely not just a dirt bike. It's kind of an all-in-one motorcycle. So let's go ahead and look at the condition of the bike. As you can see, it's in fairly good condition for the year. It's a 2007, and all the modifications on here, I'm going to go over them real quick. As you can see, these are called, some people call them bark busters, other people just call them like hand guards. And it's basically a metal piece that comes here and goes all the way through here, and it guards your brake and clutch lever. So not only does it guard your hands from the wind here, but also if there's tree branches that smack your hands when you're driving, this will guard them from that. And another big thing it does is it guards the levers. So say in the unfortunate event that you drop your bike, the levers will not break in half because this is protecting them. So I think for dirt bikes and enduro bikes, that's really important to have, because if you're riding off-road and you drop your bike, this will save your brake lever and clutch lever over there. And they're not cheap. They're not very expensive. I think for like $60, $70, you can have these installed or install them yourself. Other than that, I have a desert tank on here, which is just a very large gas tank. This can hold, I think, almost 7 gallons of gas. So it's a huge gas tank, and obviously more gas means more weight. That's why my bike weighs so much. Other than that, I had a exhaust system installed. There's an exhaust system aftermarket installed on here, which changed the sound a lot, so it sounds a lot better now than it did stock. Going down here, we can see the rest of the engine and everything. And like I said, everything is very clean for this year. Again, it's a 2007, so everything on this bike is fairly clean and in good condition. These are aftermarket foot pegs. And as you can see, like I said, everything is in very good condition, especially for the year that it's in. And I just have this rag under here because I just did an oil change. I didn't want to get oil on the ground. As you can see on the front here, this is a engine guard. And so basically, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. There was a helicopter going over and it was extremely loud. So let's check this out. So this is an engine guard. So basically, if I'm going off-roading and I hit a rock, it's just going to hit this instead of my engine, and it will protect my engine from rocks and other debris that fly up, so it won't hit my engine at all. I would say this is mandatory to have if you go off-road, so you don't damage your engine. And it's not super hard to install these. Now I just have this on here because I was showing someone how to lock up their bike if they want to leave it somewhere for a while. That's why that's on there. Anyways, here are the tires that I have on the front. Or the tire, there's only one, kind of knobby. As well as the back is kind of knobby as well. I don't know, after these tires wear out, I will probably get more street tires than knobbies because I tend to ride on the street more than I do off-road. So that's basically it, guys. This is a 2007 KLR 650. Now I'm just going to go through my thoughts on the bike. Before this bike, like I said, the only other motorcycle I had was a 2001 YZ250, which is a 250cc two-stroke dirt bike. So I was already used to riding a dirt bike style bike, so this thing was pretty easy for me. The only difference was the weight. Like I said, this is over 400 pounds. That's the only thing it took me some learning to get used to. And other than that, this is my first real on-road bike. So the only thing I think I would actually change about this bike is maybe adding a bigger wind guard. So they have wind guards that come up from all the way to about here. So when you're on the freeway, it blocks the majority of the wind from hitting your face. Because this is just the factory wind guard. So I want one that's probably double that, or even bigger. You can get those online. I'm not sure where, but I think a Rocky Mountain ATV motorcycle has those for sale. Other than that, guys, this bike is pretty awesome. Now, would I recommend this bike to everybody? Probably not. This is a bike meant for people that like going off-road, but also need transportation for on-road. Like I said, I didn't want to get, this is my vehicle, my car. It's a Nissan hatchback, and it's not very good for off-road, obviously. That's because it's a teeny little hatchback, not made for going off-road. So I wanted something I could drive on the road, which is this, and take it to trails, take it to the desert, take it off-road, and, just have fun with it. Because I'm like, why get a cruiser or, a bike that can only drive on the road when, my car can already do that. So I wanted to get something like this that can, all my friends, when they're going off-roading, four-wheeling, they want to meet up in the mountains or the desert, I can take this. I can drive this on the freeway to the mountains and then just go off-roading. So, like I said, guys, this is a very good bike. It is a 650cc bike, so it does have a decent amount of power, but it's nothing too crazy. It is heavy, so, it's not going to be like a super duper fast bike. It's not going to be like a CBR 600 or something. But it has enough power so you can still go 85 on the freeway or 90, whatever. But, it's meant for also going off the beaten path, through the dirt, through the mud. It's meant to go places where off-roading vehicles go, which is the main reason that I bought it. But, and it's summertime here, so I'm driving it, until it snows, and then I'll drive my car during the winter time. but it's my main mode of transportation until it snows. And it's actually very comfortable on the road and freeway, even with these knobby tires. Even with these tires, it's not bad driving this down the road. It's not as bad as you would think it is, but and a lot of people that have these Kawasaki KLR 650s, they mount like a box on the back for storage or on the sides, which is very easy to do. And I think that would be cool if you wanted to store, you go to the grocery store and you want a small container to store your stuff in while you ride home. You can do that. Me personally, I just use a backpack, so I don't install anything on here. Now, a lot of people want to know how this bike performs with two people on it, because a lot of times people ride two people at a time, obviously. And just want to let you guys know that it rides perfectly fine with two people. We had two, like I'm at like 195 pounds, and I was riding on this bike with someone else that was like 240 pounds. So two full-size men, grown adults fit on this bike, and it has enough power to drive it around. So, it's definitely got enough power for two people. Don't worry about that. One person, definitely easy. One thing some people have mentioned that it seems like people have kind of had problems with is the height. It is kind of a high bicycle, or motorcycle, not bicycle. I'm 5'7", 5'8", and when I put my feet down, I'm barely touching my toes on the ground, and that's after I lowered the suspension. So this is a very tall motorcycle. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Like I said, it's super comfortable bike to ride on. Freeway, trails, anywhere you want to take it. It's a great bike, and usually you can find them for not too much money. So I would definitely check out your local Craigslist or used places and see if you can find a KLR 650. I'll have some new riding footage up soon, so thanks for watching.